Oh shoot.
So we're doing labrum, clunk, and load and shift. Scoot towards me. So,
Labral, clunk, and load and shift.
so clunk, what direction did I tell you guys to go in?
Up, down, left, and right.
Not clunk.
Or little
Clunk
T.
is for clunk.
No, I don't know.
Why is it
One of those are little T, I know
So
that.
clunk, think of circumduction.
Okay. Oh,
So
like that.
clockwise, counterclockwise.
Okay.
So it's more circular. So clunk, circular, counterclockwise, clockwise. So this is what I do. I like to support the
Oh,
forearm
that's right. Okay.
with my arm. I have both hands ready to grab the humerus. What you need to remember is you're axial loading the joint. So you push the humeral head right in the joint. Now, you really crank it. Oh, yeah, there's popping right there. So, this is
It's not painful, it's just there.
clock,
It feels weird.
clockwise, counterclockwise. Why am I doing it clockwise and counterclockwise?
Just make sure you don't tear it.
To check every direction, because the tear might be one way that you go over smoothly, but the other way it'll catch.
Yeah, so this is, you're trying to catch it, that's why you're loading the joint. That's very important. If you just go through the motions, you're gonna get marked down. Because the biggest point is, you have to load the joint to catch it. So that is clunk. So, yeah, you have to really get in there. These don't feel good, that's why you don't tell them until after. So, now you're gonna go up, down, side to side. This is the load and shift.
Okay.
So load, shift up, shift down, then left and right. So you're literally, you really want to get in there to do, go ahead and sit up now. You really want to really load the joint because you're trying to elicit a response. Clicking, popping.
And then if there's a tear in the labrum, then it would be.
Yeah. But the most accurate test is the MRI. But ideally, if it's not acute and they're going for MRI anyways, like, you know, can you check out the shoulder? You could do this, and it's like a McMurray's. You might get catching, you might not get catching. But you're loading the joint and then like grinding on the edges. Okay, so O'Brien's, similar to Neer's. So internal rotation, all over here, you hold it, push down. That hurts, but some of the pain is relieved when you put the thumb up and you still push down. Indicates labral. Why do you think that happens? Yeah, this is more impinging, and then you could take a, to some extent, muscular aspect and get just labral integrity. So those are the three for labrum. Now, we're gonna go through all the GH tests. So, sulcus, this could be multi-directional instability or inferior. So this is like AC traction. Remember what we went about when you depress, it popped a little. Yeah, and then you can see the separation from the humeral head, everything else stays in place. So similar, AC traction versus GH sulcus. Now, let me see. Okay, lay down on your back, head this way, feet this way. So, oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, scoot towards the edge. So, same thing. It's the anterior drawer of the shoulder. It's literally like you bring the shoulder up and see if there's any apprehension or instability.
The drawer.
This is, yeah, anterior drawer. That's how to do a anterior drawer. Posterior drawer for posterior instability. So you see how there's a little triangle? You literally push straight down. And then if she has pain or movement in the posterior aspect of her shoulder, this test is posterior instability. So now we have the apprehension test. So remember, keeping L, everything in good form, and
Okay, that's enough.
yeah, so that hurts, right? So now, what I'll do, I stabilize the shoulder. And you remember how far she went, right? Not that far. So now, since I'm stabilizing the shoulder, does that hurt?
That's starting to.
Yeah, it goes way more. And then bring her back, then release. You don't put them on their end rate and then release, because they could just have like that with their shoulder. You don't want to do that. That's called a surprise test. You don't do that. So apprehension without stabilization, relocation, because you're relocating the humeral head in the GH joint. So those are for anterior instability.
Posterior apprehension.
Yeah, and posterior apprehension. So let me see. Supine, internally rotated, elbow flex. Let me see. So right here.
Oh no.
Good job.
So posterior instability. GH, flex at 90, internal rotation, elbow flex, stabilize the scap, apply a posterior glide through the axis. So, let me see. It should just be this, but,
Felt right.
yeah, you felt the
Uh-huh.
like posterior apprehension, so
Uh-huh.
if it's like the same thing of if this is anterior, posterior, internal rotation, because then you're really getting that posterior
I feel it.
aspect.
I feel it more here, but that's
Yeah, it's internal rotators. But
yeah.
stretch. That was a stretch. So those are the other ones. So the biggest one, I'm gonna check my notes to make sure. I'm gonna see which one is gonna be for sure, but apprehension, relocations, very similar. Anterior drawer versus posterior drawer, and posterior apprehension and sulcus sign. So those are all the special tests on this paper. So go ahead and practice it.